Welcome to Evolution version 4, series of videos of the workspace. We've made a number of changes to the user workspace setup and configuration within Evolution based on user feedback. These changes are designed to assist in streamlining the setup and configuration of your user workspace, as well as provide new functions to assist in your workflow. User workspace role configuration. So to go to the role configuration, we will go into our menu, options, access privileges, role, and we'll select a role. We now have the main workspace, this area of the role set up to configure the features and functions that main workspace. Use this area of the role set up to configure the features and functions that users assigned to the role will have access to on the ribbon toolbar in the main workspace of Evolution. Then the user workspace. Use this area of the role setup to configure the features and functions that users assigned to this role will have access to when opening the User Workspace function of Evolution, which now provides access to non-patient specific functions in another Evolution desktop window. To be able to set up the User Workspace for the role must be provided with access to the User Workspace in the Main Workspace tab of the role setup. If the role does not have the User Workspace configured in the Main Workspace tab of the role setup, then a prompt will be displayed when trying to access the User Workspace tab in the role setup. So to ensure that your staff member has access to the workspace, it must be in the selected side. If it is not, then make sure that it is moved across. So in this case, if I remove it, you'll find it in the Home ribbon here, tick and add. That will then give you access to the Workspace tab. You can then select or unselect the options of your choosing. New options in the User Workspace. To provide you with additional options when using the User Workspace, there are now a number of new modules available from within the User Workspace. You open the User Workspace. The User Workspace will now consist of 3 available toolbars: Correspondence and Scheduling, Accounts and Reports, and CBIT. Each toolbar will have a number of options available based on what has been configured in your User Workspace access. Within the 3 available toolbars, the following new functions have been made available to you: Correspondence and Scheduling, Reception Inbox, Notifications Inbox, Waiting List, and Notification Center. On the Accounts and Reports, Quick Bill Management, Claims Finalize, Report Manager, Daybook, Age Balance Summary, Invoice Receipt Analysis, and the Query Builder. And in CBIT Dashboard, Patient Reports, Chronic Care Reports, Preventative Care Reports, PHO Specific Measure Reports, and CBIT Setup. To configure the workspace access. Where you have been provided access to the User Workspace menu via the Role-Based Access Control, you will now be able to access your User Workspace configurations via the new Evolution menu icon. We'll go to Main Menu, Open Workspace, and to the main menu, Configure Workspace. When you select the new Configuration Workspace menu item, the Configure Workspace screen will be displayed to allow you to configure both your workspace and your main workspace. Configure the workspace options. From the Configure Workspace screen, you will have the ability to perform the following actions to the User Workspace tab. You can select and unselect the items that you wish to have access to. You can select to remove items from your workspace if you are not using them. You can reorder the items in the User Workspace ribbon by highlighting the item and using the up and down arrows to position where you wish. Auto open the User Workspace on login when this item is ticked. Auto open specific modules when the User Workspace is opened. The appointment book, appointment overview, or staff tasks. To configure your main workspace. From within the Configure Workspace screen, you will have the ability to perform the following actions in the main workspace. Reorder the items, as you would see in here, by selecting a menu and move it to the position you wish it to be. Configure the auto open options on your main workspace. You can select any or all of the options under the auto open when log in and auto open when first patient is selected to have the selected modules automatically open within the workspace when it is opened by selecting the tick options available. Please note that the auto open options in the Configure Workspace screen were previously available within the staff setup and have now been moved to this configuration area. Thank you.